Greetings and salutations, this is another Dragon Bros video. I'm I am shocked at this stage because I just of today have officially stopped being a fan of Steven Crowder. And it's not to do with me believing that men can compete in women's sporting events, or believing in some political nonsense where the money doesn't exactly go to the right people, or the people that they profess that the money goes to. I'm not I am not siding in with that sort of nonsense. As I said, I'm not siding with certain people of certain groups invading other people groups uh, concept, but nor am I thinking about different racial groups getting fuck ton of money and not spending a dime on the community that they say the money needs to go. This has to do with he his mental stability. I honestly believe that Steven Crowder should get mental health support, but I don't see him doing it. He's got more so erratic with how he how he shows off his characteristics on the screen. And one of them there is to have he literally has a gun on the on his desk, and I'm thinking, shit. I'm more so now. I'm thinking, fuck, shit. What in the hell's going on here? I know he may have some trouble with certain companies and certain media outlets thinking, saying, oh, he's becoming too dangerous. He's becoming this, that, and the other. Will demonetize him. I've I've seen that happen with other YouTubers as well, and those channels don't have any political affiliation at all. But this case, I'm looking at how he is like how he's presenting himself. Like, before, when I first started watching Steven Crowder, I was like, shit, he's funny and he's educated. Now then it slowly become less funny, more educated side, and he's sticking to his guns. And just off the past 6 to 8 months of me watching Steven Crowder, I've noticed that he hasn't had not so gay Jared, the German robot, or a few other people that I associate with the program, and it's come to my attention that he's lashed out against them, and he wa- he wasn't acting in a civil manner towards his employees. If you are one of his former employees, I suggest that you go to a platform that will accept your comedy, that would accept your input into uh, different things. And if and this more or less goes to you, not gay Jared. I'm just telling you this. I'm just informing you this. Just go out on your own and say, I'm the man formerly known as not gay Jared, and you do your own thing. You return to YouTube. Please return to YouTube, because your insight and your wisdom is desperately needed on the YouTube platform, and as well as the Rumble platform. I think it's Hans the German robot. I would suggest that you do the same thing, because that is what this like the more modern, like the more the moderate population needs the comedy of what you guys can do. Man. And now with me seeing a video of him literally berating his ex-wife, or soon to be ex-wife, saying, "Alright, you know, you can't take the car. I need the car. I just say I want to go get some. I want to get this. I want to get that. I want to get the other. You can't take the car." Um, that's been that's been illogical. If you're not going out anywhere and your partner has to go out and do like some shopping, let them. And this is what and this is what is getting me so so concerned about Steven Crowder, and a reason why I don't want to be a part of his of his fandom. It's just that when I just seen that one video of him confronting his I think at the time his wife, to say, for her not to do the things she needs to do, and she is pregnant. I think that either A is has a man that it comes from a man that has a heart, is very heartless, who would refuse the just the access to certain things from for his wife and for his future child. And Stephen, if that's the case, mate, dude, you're more messed up than I thought. And for you to go after your allies, like Ben Shapiro, like Michael Knowles, not like Matt Walsh, like Candace Owens. Like, I disagree with all their premise of saying that, like with them saying, "Oh, America is the greatest country," and I even say to you, America is not exactly the greatest country on the planet. If your politicians can't pull their fingers out their asses and do something about this gun control bullshit, you're gonna have a lot more school shootings. That's one thing I do. And people like you would say, "Oh, no, you can't take away our guns." And to be honest with you, seeing a gun on your set does give some mental cues that you are not exactly using all 52 cards in a playing in a deck of play in a full deck in a you're not playing with a full deck of cards, mate. If you have a gun on your set and you have like, and I've seen Steven Crowder have like a holster and has a gun inside the holster with this other gun on the table. Shit. I can, to be honest with you, I can actually see Steven Crowder going to prison instead of stopping this instead of saying to the cast, like to the crew, look, we're going to shut down the operation for a couple of months. I need to go to a psychiatric hospital or psychological hospital. Go to a place where I need the help. That's all you need to do, Steven. Not post anything on Rumble or on YouTube for at least a good 3 to 4 months. You need to get your head checked. You need to get everything right with between you and your wife, or it's going to be ex-wife, since you have children. I'm just seeing literally down the track. It's not going to be a divorce proceedings. I'm actually going to be seeing on the news over here in Australia, on YouTube, on Rumble, that Steven Crowder has been charged with the murder of Helen Crowder. That is what I'm seeing in the future. I'm over here in Australia, but I can see I can just see it, and someone like Candace Owens, who just wants what's best for your wife. She wants what's best for you. That's all she wanted, and that's what she has been saying on her show for the better part of a couple of months. Saying that I want Steven to get the help that he needs. I want Steven to be able to figure things out and to become a mentally stronger man. I can see that happen. That's all I've been seeing. They prayed for you to get this plastic surgery that you've lied to the people about. You say, oh, I need to get it done because of, like, my heart is not exactly being working correctly. I need to do this, I need to do that. I'll be away for about a couple of months. But after you've come back looking, as I said, looking like the, not as I said, but looking like the chest part of a He-Man Masters of the Universe action figure, and you wanting this whole Steven Universe bajillionaire pack. It's not on. Lying to your fans about your health, which has come out with different medical centers saying he wasn't in here for this, that, and the other. He was actually in here for plastic surgery. Was he just wanted a bigger chest, and even your wife said so, or soon to be ex-wife. I'm just seeing is a huge downward spiral for Steven Crowder. And if it takes people from the Daily Wire to make you pay for the lies that you've been saying about them, well, you'll have to pay the price. You have to pay the piper. And this goes out to his soon-to-be ex-wife, Helen. Take Candace up on her on what she's off. Take her up on her offer. Say what needs to be said about the divorce. Say what needs to be said about Steven Crowder and his and what he actually does. You need the you need this time to vent. You need this time to like, well, there's sorry. Mm. Ah. Yep. Yeah. You just need to do that. Helen, sorry, not Helen. Hillary. You need this is Stephen to you now. You just need that. You just need to deflate disarm, in other words. You just need the time to let things go. You need to tell your side of the story. Again, to not get Jared onto the German robot. Go onto Daily Wire and to give, like, I feel that they would be more than happy to allow you to get this thing off your chest. Or anyone who used to work for Louder with Crowder. You just need this, like, you've been in this cage for too long. You need to break the cage open. You need to release that energy, that negative energy that can lead to something negative down the track. And I can see Steven going down that track. It's not loud with Crowder anymore. It's getting stupid with Steven. And the more I see how Steven is acting, the more I am literally thinking it's just going to be a buddy show at the end of it. A small little buddy show. Around about 10, 12,000 subscribers tops. Where that audience that was so wide array, well, widely put into this whole Loud with Crowder channel, or to any of Steven Crowder's other projects on YouTube and off this Rubble program. I'm seeing all these subscribers and that to click unsubscribe and for them to move on to a platform like the Daily Wire. Hell, it happened to Fox. After when they annexed Tucker Carlson, shit, literally a huge chunk of their audience had just went, okay, Rupert, you can take this stupid network and shove it up your brownie maker, and not shove it up your ass, type deal, and move on to wherever uh, he's going to move to, and if he moves to the Daily Wire, guess what? Loud with Crowder will be done. But that's neither. That's just like futuristic thinking here. But in all honesty, getting going after Candace Owens the way you did, Stephen, is, or even going after the Daily Wire. Like you're already on shaky ground as it is with YouTube and with advertisers. And to be honest with you, I can actually see the whole Rumble side going as well. If all this stuff between you, Stephen, and your wife gets a lot gets a get you get a lot of airtime, Rumble will be saying goodbye to you, pulling your ad, pulling ads and revenue from you. And if your wife wins, guess what? Whatever subsidies you got for your mud club, or your mud club, or whatever you want to call it, that money will be going to your wife. Well, going to be future ex-wife. The funds from YouTube to your future ex-wife. The funds from Rumble to your ex-wife. And you'll be paying more and more and more, because they just see what is there, and guess what? They're going to demand that you pay this much, and you're just going to fall. We are actually now in the state of seeing the fall of Steven Crowder. Actually, I might just name it that. The fall of Steven Crowder. We've seen the rise, and now we've seen the fall. And Stephen, as I said, I once respected you and once loved your content. But now it just seems like it's just basically a mate. You get like the black. You're getting You got Alex Jones literally into your show, and I have been speaking to a few of my fellow fans of you, or no, fellow ex-fans of yours over here in Australia. When they seen Alex Jones on your show, they went, no, we don't want none of this. We're jumping the ship because we don't want to be associated with the controversies of Alex Jones. And from what I've seen of late, your lawyer will have to be doing a lot more calculating when it comes to getting more money. Or if your wife has obtained the same lawyer, guess what? You'll be hunting for a new lawyer, and it's going to be harder and harder and harder for you to do things. Like, maybe a few, like maybe a couple of hundred people might see this video, and not even a couple of hundred, maybe like 10 or 20 people may even just watch this video, and and a couple of them would say, "Oh, why are you being so mean to Steven Crowder?" Or say, "Oh, don't be such a fucking retard. Steven Crowder is the best, and that and the other." But really, let's look at the facts here. Steven Crowder is literally going the way of Alex Jones. He'll be forced to pay off a whole ton of money, and to anyone who's a part of the Mud Club, if you don't want money to be going to his his future ex-wife, you might as well start pulling your you might as well start be saying, okay, he's had his time, he's had his run. We we'll give the money to the Daily Wire, or we'll give it the money to the Quartering, or to some other right wing you like right wing independent journalism, like even Rebel News, he's ran by a great Canadian man himself, Ezra. I love what he's done. I'm a huge fan, and I love the fact that he's got Avi Yemeni from Australia. And truly an international telling of the other side of the news. But to be honest with you, not only to Steven Crowder but to his fans, I can see universities and colleges and whatnot pulling literally saying to the police in your area, or in the area of that you want to do these change my mind deals. I'm just seeing all of them going, okay, he's truly been he's harassing his wife. He's and for you to go after, let me just see. Let's just say this. Let's look at Candace Owens. There are a couple of things with Candace Owens, what she says, I disagree with. But that's for another video. But for you, Steven, are you reading The Room? The Room in which Candace Owens. Firstly, Candace Owens is a female. Oh, all these universities and colleges will say, okay, he has gone after a woman. Then they will see Candace Owens is a black woman. Oh. So you're virtually targeting women, and you're targeting black people. Those are two strikes. And now with what's going on between you and your wife, being abusive to another woman who is pregnant, and saying that there's not going to be any money for her if she leaves him. 5 strikes, Steven. That's 5 hard-hitting strikes, and guess what? They see you or your team or that change my mind banner anywhere near. It doesn't have to be on the grounds. It could be on the sidewalk. Over here in Australia, we say footpath. It could be on that side, or even like across the road on the footpath or on the sidewalk. They can just say a racist, sexist man is here who wants to who wants to do X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, whatever. And guess what? It's not going to be the campus security telling you to move on. It will be the law enforcement of the community. Like if you go to UCLA, the Los Angeles police force will be on your ass. You go to Houston University or any university within Texas, you're going to have not the campus secured campus court telling you to move your ass. It will be the actual law enforcement that's trained for a number of years to stop people from harassing others. And with what these universities they've already seen you shoot yourself in the foot, shoot yourself in the kneecap, and blew your brains out with the same gun. You've already done all this. I can even bet you, if you want to do these change my mind deals, it will be most probably on the Louder with Crowder show, because I don't think mayors or heads of the municipality will be wanting you anywhere on their streets promoting this Louder with Crowder nonsense. And if one of them happens to be a strongly right-wing Democrat mayor, they can just say, great, you're coming to my area, we'll wait till you set up, and we're going to put you behind bars. And if you have one of them police chiefs who ain't going to wait until you get, they ain't going, who knows, they may not even wait until you unpack the vans and for you to even put one chair down. You've already lost a huge battle. They see you come right into town. You start setting up. And there's no Mr. Burt Reynolds from the best little whorehouse in Texas attitude where they just tell you to march on out of there. They're going to enjoy putting you behind bars because of what you are with the guns that you parade around on, literally on the computer screen. They've seen how you talk and mistreat your going to be future ex-wife. All they have to do is read about all this negative treatment that you've given your past employees, and that's going to go check, 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 check. Okay, Mr. Crowder, turn around, put your hands behind your head. We're taking you in. And you won't believe the prosecutor of that area would be so happy to put you away for 20 or more years with everything that you worked hard for, like all the Mud Club money, all the Louderwoods Crowder money, and all of every other asset that you have, all that funds will be going straight to your ex-wife, will be going to your kids. And when you leave prison in maybe 2048 or 2050 or 20 plus X amount of years from now, the name Steven Crowder will be synonymous with right-wing men who want to beat up their wives and to tell the world that it is okay to beat up their wife. I know, like after when I get married and my future wife and I, if we do have kids, I'm saying if we do have kids here, and they go, Dad, weren't you a fan of this Steven Crowder fella? And I go, yes, he is one of the mistakes in my life that I don't want to go down. He abused his ex-wife. He threatened Candace Owens. You know that beautiful black woman from the Daily Wire? He harassed her, and he went to jail because of it. That's what people in my thing would be saying, would be talking about you in the next, whenever you get out of prison. If you do decide to do this whole change my mind bullshit, you've lost, Steven. You've lost fans. You've lost the respect of like I've spoken as not only just with fans here in Australia, but with around the world, and some of them have even pulled their money from the Mud Club. So you are losing ground so much. But I know that you are not going to do this. You are more thick-headed, if not dim-witted of skull, than actually. No, wait. Joe Biden is a far more mentally sound individual than you are at this stage. Joe bloody Biden, Mr. 46, has far better mental capabilities than you do, Stephen. And I'm to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden at all. I just want him to be to be someone who is more than happy to screw up the country that he's supposed to be leading. And for me to say that about your mental stability must mean something that you really need to get your head checked. You really need to do a whole lot of things to do when it comes to getting your mind right. It's not getting your mind right with some narcissistic Middle Eastern man who says you can't go to heaven unless you go through me. Hell, I'm a bloody pagan, and I don't believe in that bullshit. but you do, and you say, and you act like you go, I'm a Christian, I'm this and that, can you please pray for me, yada yada yada. But still, with what you've done, let me just say this to anyone who, let me just say this to, like, if you're the conservative, like the black conservative brothers, don't go back onto the program. If you're if you're of the right wing persuasion, don't go on Steven Crowder's show, because Steven Crowder is like Alex Jones. Both of them are dead in the water. But Steven does have a chance. Go to counseling. Don't post anything up on Rumble or on YouTube for the next 6 to 8 months. Get your act together. Try to win back your wife before it is too late. Cancel gigs, cancel everything that you have set into motion now. The more that Steven Crowder doesn't want to see properly what is going on, you're going to have Daily Wire owning Louder with Crowder. And it's not going to be owning Louder with Crowder on the topics on what the topics are on and how to be humorous about it, but they're going to own Louder with Crowder as in the media enterprise, and whatever money that the judge does award Candace Owens and the team of the Daily Wire is going to be a decent, if not more than decent, amount, and the rest of the money going to, and with the divorce proceedings, no matter if you signed a prenup, the judge will just look at this and go, okay, so he supports someone who now has to give a couple of $100 million to the government. Okay, he's allowed Alex Jones to be given a platform. Not even Elon Musk is that stupid. And they'll think, okay, you get Steven Crowder gets X amount of dollars from YouTube, X amount of dollars from the Mud Club, X amount of dollars from Rumble, and they'll say, okay, we are going to literally give you, say, you can live off $1 million for the next 2 years, and everything else goes to your wife. You have different roads to go, a lot of different roads to go down, and all of them are going to end up with you bankrupt. All of them are going to end up having Steven Crowder having to fire all of his employees, for Rumble to say, okay, we'd be giving money to the wrong man. We'll give the money to Hillary Crowder. YouTube will be saying, oh, we didn't know that we were doing this wrong or that wrong. They may give out a huge check to Hillary Crowder to help her out with the children. And this Louder with Crowder thing, half will be going to the Daily Wire as, the media assets, and the money will go straight to Hillary Crowder. I can actually see this happening within the next 5 to 6 years, if not sooner. Stephen, if you don't, to be honest with you, you're not going. I know for a fact that you're too thick-headed. You're like Alex Jones. You're gonna go to court. You're gonna lose this case against. If you don't know your role and shut your mouth in insinuating the people at Daily Wire are doing this and this and that, that and the other. Yeah, this, that, and that, and the other. You are going to fall hard when it comes to this whole media war. Louder with Crowder is going to be done. Your divorce proceedings, if there's like a prenup, the prenup will be null and void. And you're going to be paying out a lot more money than simple alimony. You'll be paying off half of everything, and if your future ex-wife is going to has a good lawyer, just say you'll be paying out a fuck ton more money, Stephen. I'm not saying it because I want you to fall. I'm saying it because it's the damn truth. I once visited, as I made no qualms about this, that my father once worked for the law enforcement community in the courtroom setting. And some of the times when I had visited my father for lunch or to be there for him, be there with him when he came home, the fact of the matter is, dude, you're a white man who has a well, since you do have a YouTube account, and your YouTube account does have plenty of a lot of evidence saying that you want this done, you want that done, you want something else done that is negative towards a certain group of people. Yeah, you've drank the poison. Now the poison has just kicked in. Stephen, I don't see you being relevant at all in the next 3 years. But you can change all of that. Apologize to the Daily Wire crew. Give them some money to settle out of court. On Louder with Crowder, apologize to your wife. these three things will keep you relevant past 3 years. But if you don't do anything, irrelevancy in 3.5 years tops. Vague reportings on within 4 and in 5 years from now, you'll be either you in 5 years time you will be kicked off of YouTube, kicked off Rumble, having all your media assets sold off, and the money going to not just a small bit of money, but all the money going to your future ex-wife and to your children. But this has like this part here. It's like a snake's tongue. One equally as bad as the other. 1/4 of the tongue, you go to prison. You go to prison for 10, 20, 30 years, all depends on what sort of judge that you have. Or the other one, an unrecognizable homeless man begging to get money just to get food, going to homeless shelters, and maybe having a person who worked for an organization that you don't agree with, who may be volunteering there, maybe showing you a lot more compassion and kindness than what you've done to them, which is going to hit you so damn hard. And let me just finish off by saying this. I am sad to you, Stephen. I'm just so sad to see how much you've fallen, and to see how far you are continually going to fall in the irrelevancy camp. And to my former allies, in other words, to the current fans of Steven Crowder, let me inform you this: jump ship before the ship sinks. I'm the Dragon Barrows. See you in the next video. Bye.